Welcome back. Let's talk some more about sports photography. This is part two of our sports photography lesson. All right, let's pick up where we left off. We're going to get close to the action. This is another really important tip for sports photography. You don't want to just go to the game, sit in the stands, go sit in the bleachers, and point your camera at the field, take a bunch of pictures, and call it a day. Go explore. Think about all of the areas where your story takes place. So go to the sidelines, go to the dugouts, go to the parking lot, go to the locker rooms, go everywhere where your story leads you. Go everywhere where the context of your story actually lives. And as long as you sort of look like you belong there, and as long as you dress like a professional and handle yourself like a professional, as long as it is not high-level sports, a lot of the times you're going to be fine being there. So, for example, high school football, right? If you're going to go take pictures of high school football, don't just go into the bleachers and just snap your pictures from a really far distance. Go to the sidelines. If you go to the sidelines, you'll get really great shots like this, where you're close to the action. You can get the ball on the line of scrimmage. You can get both lines of players on it. It's a really great looking shot. Even something like Little League sports, right? If you get close to the action, you can get little adorable pictures like this. You will be plagued with parents who will ask you to send you copies of the pictures, though. That's just something that happens when you take pictures of Little League sports. Make sure you're including the crowd, right? Sports is a spectacle. Sports is something that isn't played alone. It's not just people on a court or on a field. It's people, right? People who go to these games, people who fill up a stadium, people who fill up an arena. There are other people who really care enough to be there, and those people have emotions, and they'll use their emotions and express their emotions in ways that makes for great photographs. College basketball is great for this, right? College basketball is great for shots of the fans in the crowd who are screaming and yelling and have painted their face and have put on wigs, etc. I really love this shot of Tiger Woods teeing off at a golf tournament. Now, this is from a while ago, but I love that instead of being really close up on the action and this just being a picture of Tiger Woods, it's a picture of all of the people who are here to see Tiger Woods, too. And I think this just helps tell an extra part of this story that's really great. Also, there's so much fun in taking pictures of sad sports fans when their team's losing or they've had a bad penalty or something's gone wrong. There's just something magical about the photos of the sad sports fan who's just depressed and sad or hates their team and wants things to change. People are wearing bags on their head because they're so frustrated with their team. Or people who are at a sports bar and are reacting to the team winning or losing. These people are clearly fans of a team that has lost. Stuff like that, right? Fans are special. Fans are one of the things that helps make sports and sports photography something great. So we ought to include them in our story as well. Be prepared for very special moments. So there's very special moments in sports that happen once every now and again. And if we're ready for them, they can be really, really great. Sports are inherently not a scripted thing. Sports are going to be unpredictable. There's going to be little actiony moments. And by the nature of them not being scripted, it's going to require that you're paying attention, that you're ready, that you have your camera there. Your camera is up and ready to shoot. If you have an SLR, I would say it's a good idea to hone in, get the focal length you need, get it so that it is focused and sharp, make sure that your shutter speed, your ISO, and your aperture are exactly where you want them before the game even starts so that you have it ready to go. So something like this is a boxer who's got a good connection in. This is from Olympic boxing. You get the high-speed shot of the sort of face contorted and water sweat droplets in the air. Sometimes it's the difference make or break between winning a Super Bowl and losing a Super Bowl, as this very famous photograph of a Super Bowl winning catch tells us. If you're into hockey, this is sort of one of the huge moments in hockey. This is the Miracle on Ice. But the photograph itself is really a powerful thing. It's a really amazing thing. And it was the player turning after scoring the goal, turning towards the side of the rink and raising their hands up. And if the photographer is ready for this, you get a great photo. And if the photographer is not, you end up losing this to time. You lose this to foreverness. But because you know the rules of the sport being played, a lot of the times you can prepare yourself for this. You can get yourself ready for it, right? So for example, if you want to get a really great shot of a at a baseball game of a player sliding into home base. You want to get that really great action in your photo story, and you know you want this, right? Then be ready. Have your camera focused in, zoomed in, have the shutter speed and aperture exactly where you want them, have the ISO exactly where you want them, have it pointed at home base whenever you have a player on third base. Because you know, hey, if they're on third base, that means there's a pretty good chance they're going to try to come home here at some point, and you're going to be ready with that shot. You're going to be ready to go. Okay, so this was part 2, trying to keep these pretty short so you guys will watch them. Come back for 3, where we'll talk about some of the technical aspects of sports photography.